Boom. All right, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Danny, or Pride. This is Lydia. And
I,
in today's video for the pod, Carter's not here, sadly. And it's great because he has no idea what we're going to be talking about. We are going to be reviewing Lost Records, Bloom and Rage by Dontnod. To which me and Lydia both have played, thankfully. I'm
hmm
glad you have played.
yeah,
At least you've
it was
played
an
this one.
experience.
It's one you played on your own. You didn't ask anybody. You just played that shit by yourself on your own accord.
I was intrigued, and I regret my life choices just a little bit, just a little bit.
Will I ever get you to play The Walking Dead with me?
Um, yeah, okay, I'm willing to do that. I'm
I,
willing to do
I,
it.
I will not make you choose. I, however, just want you to watch and be engaged with it.
You just have to know there will be stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, I know that because when I played Reunion, that is what you did. But you were locked
I'm gonna
in.
be so real. I'm gonna be so real with everyone on this podcast. I had a movie playing, and I was doing Diamond Art at the same time that I was watching you do that.
Hey, you were locked in. You were engaged. I love that. That was
Gotta do
amazing.
what you gotta do, man.
All right.
Got that ADHD in me.
I know my ADD is going right now too. So, for those who have never played Lost Records or who has never heard of it, because let's be honest, it was not marketed very well. It was not shown very well. It was kind of just this is what's going to be released in the upcoming months, and yeah, type deal. I didn't really hear about it until I went to YouTube one day last year and saw that this game was coming out. Or was it 2024? I think it was 2024 because this game came out in 2025 at the beginning of the year. Anyway, for those who don't know, Lost Records is a narrative-driven adventure by Dontnod, following four friends, Swan, Kat, Nora, and Autumn, through 2 years, which is the summer of 1995. And I can't remember, I think it's like 2022, so fairly recent in terms of stuff. Two timelines, and they have to confront a long secret that was buried for 27 years. They had to be confronted with it and figure out what happened during that summer. So which, sounds like a really fun thing, right? Sounds really good. Sounds like a really good plot idea, which it was. I just don't think it was executed as well as I hoped, coming from Dontnod. From my own personal view on it, I felt like it did not need to be cut up into two episodes, especially when you had to wait 2 months for part two. Episode one genuinely felt like a fucking 8-hour job shift, and it shouldn't have, but that's what it
It
felt
low-key did,
like.
though.
It genuinely felt like it didn't pick up to like the last 30 minutes of the episode, which I feel like, just tells me it lacks something. Don't know what that something is, but it lacks, definitely. Um, and I just was not having fun with that. Like, I played it twice. Once on my own and one for the YouTube channel on my own. And, I just had a hard fucking time getting through it again. Mainly because it's so slow. Like, I don't mind slow burns. I enjoy slow games. But not a game so slow where it felt like a chore trying to get through the game. And then it was only really interesting the last 30 minutes of the first one, which it should not be like that at all whatsoever. I feel like a game should immediately, if not wait for maybe 20-30 minutes into the game for it to suck you in, for you to be immersed and into it. This just was not that at all, unfortunately for me.
Mhm. Yeah, okay, it was a good game. Let's just I gotta get that. It was a good game
It
for what it
was.
was.
Yeah.
But no, I can't. The amount of filler that I feel like, okay, I know it's 2 episodes, but the second episode wasn't even necessary. You could have crammed it into one episode and then
Right.
had more episodes after that. Because literally the whole first episode, most of it's just filler and information you didn't need to know. And I'm pretty sure, and I mean, maybe they did it so you can like the characters more and like get to know them better. But why? Why am I sitting here watching all this shit happen? I don't care. I just want to know what the fuck is going on. And like, I mean, I like how we were going back and forth between like the times, but oh my god, was it so annoying when you're like mid trying to do something and you're like, actually, we're gonna go back to the past right quick because fuck whatever you're doing. We got other stuff to do. Like, what? What? God, it made me tweak out. I'm like, I can't. Like, I know, and I got so bored. I said I know I finished it in like 2 days, but that's because I was committed. No, it's so boring so quickly because it's just so drawn out and so much filler was put into it that it's like I don't really care enough what's going on right now. And like at first you're like, oh, this might be important as you get along, and you're like, this means nothing. Like in the end, you're like, it
Right.
means nothing to do all of this work and it mean nothing is the worst feeling known to man.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I
I
can't.
I was I wasn't a fan of the camcorder. I really was not a fan of having to record fucking everything. Like I
Don't get
was
me
just
started.
not like I didn't care. Like I truly did not care about that. The only ones I did care was about filming the girls when it told me to. That sounds really bad. Wait. Filming the girls for the music video.
Rephrase that. Thank you.
Filming the girls
Rephrase
for the
that real
music
quick.
video. I think it was two. Did we? I think it was two. Did we not, or was it just one? I think it's.
We did one. I'm pretty sure it was one music video, but then we just like recorded them like off and on for other stuff. Uh, oh no, because remember we were recording because we like she would like interview him,
Oh
and then we also did the
yeah,
music
yeah.
video.
Okay, yeah. That was good. I
Yeah,
did. I did like that. I
I
did
like the
like that
interviews.
one
The
a
interviews are
lot.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. I wasn't a fan of trying to find like every little like fucking critter having to record it. That
Oh
really
my
annoyed
god.
me
Dude,
so
the
bad.
perfectionist in me was so pissed off. You have no idea.
Like
Because I wanted to go finish all of that right quick, and I was like, wait, this is gonna take me like years. I don't have time for this.
it takes years off your fucking life. It's what it
Feels
does.
like it. There's no reasonable reason to do all that. Like, please, for the love of God, can we not have to go find every little living creature and record it? Oh my God, look, it's a deer. Oh my God, there's another one. Nobody cares. I don't have to go trying to scan for little bugs. I don't have the energy for that. It's just they're so hard to find too. I'm like, please, just no. Can we do something better with our lives?
Honestly, and I agree with what you said with filler. Like I was just like, holy shit, get to the point so we can fucking progress. This is
Right.
not. I've had conversations with like other fans in the past, where I fully at the time did not think about any like flaws that this game had, because I liked it, I enjoyed it, but like a year later, as I'm thinking about it and like as I go through and really think about it, like the game was good, but it was like I can acknowledge it's bad. I can acknowledge it's a bad game while still liking it.
It's it's good, but it's bad at the same time. Like there are certain aspects of the game that make it so difficult to play and so difficult to keep your attention.
Right.
But at the same time, once you get to those good parts, it like keeps drawing you in. You're like, wait a minute.
Exactly.
But
I think
yeah,
the emotional parts, like the feel, which I really hate, but like the feely parts, like just made the game. And I feel like the intense, fucking emotional, like stuff like that, that is what makes the game for me. Other than that, like I don't care.
don't get me started with that shit, dude. Oh my God. I remember I fucking bawled my eyes out at the end. I was so upset. I was so mad. I was like, I went through all these episodes to get this as my answer. No fucking way. No fucking way. Like
I
I I'm glad it has emotional parts, but also I feel like they were trying to get you to like the characters too much. Like
yeah. Um. Oh, what was the point I was gonna make? I feel like I'm glad Dotnod made the game. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, like they should not have made it. I think they made
right.
it. I think they did a good job. I just think the lack of one, promoting the fucking game,
Hmm.
and two, there isn't a. I don't know how true this is. This is remember, all alleged. I don't know how true it is. I can't find anything, at least in articles or like social media, unless it's in the form of YouTube videos. Um, but apparently, allegedly, Dontnod had put out this thing where unless you are the target audience of this game, do not play the fucking game. And when I tell you that elicited so much backlash, I really
Oh
mean
yes.
that. Like, I mean that. It. I have seen so many videos of people basically calling out Dontnod, calling out this game. Um, I don't really care when it, like, political people get political about the game because it's like, it's woke, basically. And if you know Dontnod,
Right.
Dontnod is also a very woke studio. We all knew this. Um, but I feel like them doing that was bullshit. I think it was unnecessary. I think it was fucked because if you're trying to play, if you're trying to make a game and you're promoting it, the one thing you don't do is tell like majority of gamers to fuck off unless you are a part of the targeted
Right.
audience, which is LGBTQ plus people. Because otherwise, you just made a bad rep for the not only the community but your studio and the game itself, right? The game may be rated high. It's not really high. It's actually average rating, so mid tier. Um, but when you look at the reviews from like people who do like reviews for a living, it's not good. Like it is not good.
Hmm.
And another part of that comes from like if you're sitting there bashing like this is probably gonna come out about straight people and tell them to not play your game, you're gonna piss them off because like that's not right. Everyone is entitled to
Right.
play a game. Everyone is entitled to not like the game, and everyone is entitled to like the game. If you are not a part of that targeted audience, that's fine. You have every ample opportunity to try it out to see if you like it. You don't have to be queer to enjoy the game at all.
Right.
Like, there are a lot of aspects to it which, the characters are canonly queer. But that doesn't mean that people who are not the targeted audience have to fuck off, pretty much. Um, I really want to find where to find that at so I can put it in because, again, it's all alleged, but I think it was said at some point. I just can't find the evidence
Mhm.
of it right now. Um,
Yeah.
but when I heard about that, I was reading up on it in like comment sections of people's reviews videos, and I was like kind of like flabbergasted that a studio is that bold to make those comments, specifically towards the gaming community, which it's a fucking cesspool, but you don't do that to your audience, man. Like that's just a bad
Right.
rep on you. And
They did it to themselves.
oh
I don't
yeah,
think they thought about how that would affect their game. They just wanted to say it. Honestly, it because genuinely, if I think if they wouldn't have said that, it would have probably helped the game a bit. Because then everybody would have felt comfortable trying out the game. Seeing what they think of it.
right.
But I don't know. Like in my head, I just don't understand why make the comment because there's no point to it.
I I don't know who they're under. I don't know if they're under a company like or not. I don't know if they're still with Square. I don't think they're still with Square Enix. I have no clue who they're with. But that's a pretty bold like claim if it's true. It's just what I've heard around the grapevine. But that's a pretty bold fucking thing to say.
Oh
It's
yeah, it's full of
online.
shit.
Like that's so fucking stupid.
That's also just like really rude and like just awful. Like you don't just say that. Ugh.
Like I
Like a
don't
games are for everyone.
exactly. Games are for everyone. You may not like you don't have to like the game. You don't have to. But just saying that just makes people not want to play your games, not want to even like give you their money, because again, that's fucking rude.
Right.
Um, moving on to,
Mhm.
I want to say kind of touch on the plot a little bit. So, the plot was not I think a bad idea. I don't think it was. But it is very fucking confusing. Would you agree?
Yes.
So,
Very much so.
you have, supposedly Cat dies, which
Mhm.
first time I finished it, I played like well until like 2 a.m. I had I was sobbing. I was ugly crying. I was so upset in all the ways because Cat was my favorite character. Cat made the game for me. Um, I think I really liked Cat and Autumn the most. Um, because I felt more connected to those characters than I did Swan and
Right.
Nora. Which each to their own again, but the ending was the most confusing because it's like Kat is in the abyss and she's, you know, stuck there essentially, and and then Swan just takes a swan dive into the fucking
That's unironically, that's
abyss.
like the funniest thing ever. She swan dive, dog. Swan took a swan dive off the edge into the hole, into the magical portal that she should not have jumped down, but decided, no, let me just not, let me just, okay, let me just not use my head and say, hey, maybe I shouldn't jump down a giant hole that is randomly calling out through someone else's name.
Exactly. Like
I'm just
holy
saying,
shit.
maybe if we used our heads, maybe it'd be, smart. But, I mean, I guess, she's after 27 years, she's still grieving her first love. And you know what? It's okay because honestly, they were so good together.
And it shows too, because I don't think she ever got with anybody after that.
No, I don't think she could. I think she was so, like, emotionally attached to her that she, like, couldn't move on after she died.
No, I
It's
don't
what
think
it, like,
so
feels
either.
like. Which is actually kind of sad when you think about it. Like, like, oh, makes me so sad.
I feel because I'm trying to wrap my head around it even after playing it 2 times because it still doesn't make sense to me. It's like time doesn't exist in the abyss, which
Hmm.
kind of like makes sense. Um, but as we see in the end, Corey never existed. So
Right.
when Dylan woke up, she never acknowledged Corey. I think. No, well, no, he did. No, he did exist. Wait, my bad. He did exist,
No,
but
because
he's
yeah, I
labeled as
remember
missing.
she shoved she shoved him in and went down with him, depending on like what you got. But she shoved him in there and like not even I can't remember her name for the life of me, but not even Kat's sister like
Dylan.
knew what happened to him. She thought he just up and dipped.
Yeah.
Which is really sad because you could see how much she truly loved him, even though he was a piece of shit. Wow, I don't know what came out of me there. Um, we can touch on that later. But yeah, no, it was just. the whole concept to me is just really confusing. I don't know if it's just me, because like we go through all of this, right? We start from the beginning of it being like, oh, it's just chill. We randomly find this random hole in the ground, and then oh, guess what? We're all getting possessed by the hole in the ground. Crazy thought process. And then a lot of shit happens, and someone's going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Uh, cat. And then we decide, hey, let's go back to said hole because that's just where we happen to end up. And then somebody ends up going in the hole. But here's my problem. If Cat is in the hole, I thought she was alive and off to the side, right?
Right.
I guess it depends on what ending you get. But for the ones where she's off to the side just chilling and she's actually there, like, because I thought because I'm trying to remember, because I remember I got one of the endings where she and Corey fell in, and I went back and got the other one where she didn't fall in, but I think she disappeared. Like she gave herself to the hole, you know?
She did, because she actively kind of just like disappears into thin air. Because it's like they all forgot pretty much like what happened until they went back until they reconnected, got back together, and then started trying to remember what went on. Is when they finally put the pieces together. Because for both my endings, Kat always pushed him in. No one fell in with him. She always disappeared into thin air. But it's kind of like almost like a like it's so fucking hard to explain. It's such a mind fuck.
It kind of reminds me as if Kat herself was so in deep with the hole that no matter what would have happened, she would have gone with.
Yeah, because
Like it's like she sacrificed herself to
yes.
keep the memory of it from them and to make sure that they would stay safe and
Yeah.
away.
And then Corey was kind of like a
Uh,
demonic possession of it, which
Mm-hmm.
fed. And then, yeah, yes, because think about it. Second tape, Corey is basically like a completely different fucking person. Complete different personality change from bad to worse. And he's actively trying to hurt them, trying to kill them. In comes Kat, who's like a guardian angel and
Right.
protects them. So it's kind of like the devil and the angel aspect, which is a really cool, like, little, which I believe is what it is, a reference of that.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
And then when, the demonic possession is gone, the enemy is gone, there is no need for her to be protecting anymore. So essentially, she goes back into her place, which is the abyss. And then at the
No.
moment where Kat disappears, they all forgot, which is the final offering of protection to the girls.
And then they end up finding out, which ends up bringing the whole back.
Yes.
And but here's the thing, though. The thing I don't understand. Okay, if that's true, right? And she
Right.
disappears because she protected them as she was supposed to, as she was meant to. So to me, that means like, oh, she was born to protect them, and the whole cancer thing was just her time running out to protect said girls, and the cancer was just another way of letting her know, like, hey, you have to do this now, or it's never gonna, right? But um as I was saying, but at the very end, whenever they have the hole, it reappears for Autumn at the very end, beckoning her back. So is it actually Cat calling for her and but that's the thing. If Cat's calling for her, why would she call for her if she's trying to protect her from it?
See, that's also a part I don't know as well. But I also think them receiving the box, them figuring it out, because to open the box, they had to remember the password, which is, um, what the Abyss kind of ordered. So them finding out
Yeah.
them remember the password, and then them opening the box was kind of just like opening the abyss back up, and then, all the items, um, in the box, and then Kat's letter just reopened the can of worms for the abyss, and I think it might have been Kat calling out to them. It more than likely could have been,
Because
but at the same
the way
time,
they, yeah.
it's like we'll never know unless we get a
Mhm.
sequel.
I know it wasn't like the best game, but I really need a sequel because I have thought about that so much actually. Because like the more you think about it, the more questions are raised. Because the whole thing they're trying to get you to believe is, oh, Kat sent this for them to bring them back to reopen it. So it's, I mean, because if she was calling out in a way, and because she was trapped in there, she's the one who put herself in that situation. So like I don't know, but after 27 years, why 27 years in specific?
I'm not
It
sure.
it just doesn't make, because if you think about it, why would she wait so long in there before calling all of them back to reopen the one thing she was trying to protect them from? It doesn't make any sense.
That's
So,
was it? Trying to think, would it be
what
like a anniversary thing on it?
do you mean anniversary thing?
Like 20s, like unless 27 is significant. I don't think it is though.
No, I don't think it is either, but I was gonna say, because my other theory about because if we're going on that track of she's a protector trying to protect him from it, what if the hole is the one, like it found a way to manipulate some way so that they would reopen it, and the reason Autumn was called back was because she knew that Autumn could help her, like I guess maybe she was trying to like set herself free to help him again. Maybe I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It still bugs me. Like why'd they have to like do it like that? Like after 2 episodes, and they leave it at this wild ass cliffhanger that doesn't make any sense.
So here's a kicker. This is what bothers me. The game
Yes.
was in development since 2020. Okay.
Okay.
That is what bothers me. Because 5 years, or technically 4 years in development, and you just released this product for people to play, and this is what kind of irritates me. And like there's a possibility of maybe a sequel, right? But
Hmm.
with there being no marketing on this game, there's none. Kind of hard to get it out there. Um, for it to be in production for 4 years and this is the product that we receive, I'm actually kind of pissed. Because
Yeah.
you had 4 years to develop an incredible game. You had 4 years to develop
Right.
a really good game. And I'm not saying like that it's a complete waste of time. I'm not saying that.
Hmm.
It could be better is what I'm trying to say. I feel like for how long people had to wait, well, we never knew about it, so there wasn't really anything worth waiting on. Um, for to be in production that long, for this story to be written up, it's not a bad story. I just think they executed this horrifically in such a bad way. I think it was executed poorly. And
Hmm.
the reason I say this is I don't think I think there was always a prequel in mind.
Hmm.
But I think afterwards, because the game did so poorly, that with all the layoffs that they had to do afterwards, I don't think we'll meet a prequel, which means I don't think we'll ever get the answers
Yeah.
answered, and I don't think so. And so like to compare this game to Life is Strange 1, because Life is Strange is I believe their most successful game ever. It took them 3 years, and it took this game 4. 3 years for them to make Life is Strange 1, and it is the most polarizing, incredible story-driven game in the last decade, possibly ever made, right? And they come and they make this game, still with some of the employees who were there when they made Life is Strange 1. They take 4 years to develop this game. What the fuck happened during production for it to turn into this? Into this fucking mess. Confusing, weird mess of a plot. And I'm not trying to knock Dontnod. I love Dontnod, but what the hell is this product? What is this?
My guess is what happened was there was either too many ideas or they were trying to do too much in the span of time that they were giving themselves to get the game out. And they decided at the 4-year mark that they were like, we've done too much with this game and we don't want to waste any more time on it. So we're gonna just throw it out there and just hope that people like it. And honestly, their financial troubles after that was their own fault. They're the ones who didn't market it. If they would have marketed it, even just a little bit, they would have actually got something. But they didn't. They got nothing. Because they didn't do anything.
So,
like,
it was a conceived idea when Life is Strange 2 was in development, which is from 2018 to 2019. But they also they made a studio in Montreal, Canada, where they started development on this game, which was announced in May of 2020 when they established a new studio in Canada. And the game consisted of several employees who worked on previous Dontnod games, which was Life is Strange, as one of them. It was first teased in 2023, but officially revealed during the Game Awards of 2023. But my question is, what the fuck happened? Because I don't think moving to a new studio would fuck up a production in terms of video games. At least in my opinion. I remember they did have to I remember seeing this. They did have to delay the release because they did not want to clash with Double Exposure coming out. So they made it for 2025 because it was originally supposed to come out for October. But again, because they did not want to clash with Life is Strange Double Exposure, they made it for 2025. Which, wasn't a bad idea at all.
Right, that's fine. It makes sense.
But I don't understand how they go from an incredible Life is Strange game to this. And granted, yeah, a lot of the employees are different. Like, I'm sure most of them never worked on a Life is Strange game of Dontnod back then, but that doesn't excuse how the game was so poor in terms of plot. Like, I don't know if they didn't have enough, so they just put a lot of filler, but it felt so unfinished.
Right.
And I didn't feel fulfilled when I finished it. I felt kind of like, well, damn, maybe we'll get a sequel, is how I felt. Like, I didn't feel joy. I didn't feel anything of that because I was so fucking confused.
I was genuinely so frustrated because for me, I like to sometimes I like to fully complete games or like get the full story on games.
Right.
Um, and with that game in specific, I really wanted to know what the ending was, how we got there, what we're doing. But I was so confused about everything. And I was just like so lost. Like the first thing you get, like you start thinking of at the end is, oh my God, so she's not dead. Or is she dead? But it's the fact that not only was it felt rushed to me, like rushed in a way where there was so much information crammed into one or two episodes, but like not enough to be able to like because they're it feels like they're moving around too quick, you know?
Right.
And then also it's like really, really slow because they're moving around so much, trying to get all this information crammed into your head at one time. Like, I don't know, it makes me so frustrated that I can't fully finish the game and feel comfortable with the ending because they decided they didn't want to finish it.
Right. And honestly, I feel like you're real for that because like it truly like this was a lot of complaints I saw was too like slow and repetitive, and the second tape felt super rushed to the point it's
Hmm.
like you go from point A to point B, that's it. Like there's nothing else. And that's how I
Yeah.
felt too, because it genuinely felt like they just did not plan it out correctly, and it just did not come out the way that it probably should have. I feel like they could have taken maybe another year or two into development before releasing it. I feel like
Hmm.
them delaying it should have been like another couple months of them like tweaking things, making changes, our final changes, making sure everything feels good, looks good, plays fine, make changes here and there to the story maybe, but it felt like a complete fucking mess.
I
And
mean, because it was like, there's no way, like, no matter how you look at it, it's gonna be a mess. It's really disappointing because I haven't really played the Life is Strange games. I played some of them, but though I those games are so well put together, and then you have that, and honestly, it's stupid. It's so stupid.
I think my biggest takeaway from it is like people try too hard to want games to be like Life is Strange.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. There are better games than Life is Strange. I promise.
it's true.
It's called The
No, I know.
Walking Dead, and it's called Detroit Become
Okay.
Human.
Okay.
And
Ugh,
I,
anything you want to say?
you know, Life is Strange is a good franchise. I don't like, but it is not like top tier. It will never be top
Right.
tier in my opinion.
Is it
And
Chrissy?
and I think people need to stop expecting a game like Life is Strange. You're never going to get that again unless you play the franchise. You're never going to find a game that replicates it because otherwise every story-driven choice-based game is going to copy each other. That's literally
Oh
what it
yeah, it's kind
is.
of the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
It's
And
just a choice game.
it's just like people really need to quit expecting games to look and feel like a Life is Strange game because I'm tired of people expecting that, and I know that's what they were expecting with this game specifically because it's from Dontnod. But like people gotta look at the bigger picture. Let games have their own identity before trying to um, put it in a box with another game. Like quit doing that shit. That bothers me so bad.
Yeah.
Um, Going into at least ratings because I don't can't find any reviews that aren't Metacritic, and I hate Metacritic because they're not reliable. It is rated M for mature and has an average critic score of 72 out of 100, which makes it um, top 49% of reviewed games, indicating a fair reception among critics. so it's fairly received decently. Um, I think it being reviewed as phenomenal narrative adventure is some bullshit. I think that's just me. Yeah, though some critics felt the story lost focus and failed to fully engage over time. Yeah, that feels more like it. But again, I'm not going to knock you down if you agree that is a phenomenal narrative adventure. That's you. I love having agreements and disagreements. That's what it's about.
Mhm.
I feel like going and like talking about the characters is a really important thing because there were some characters for sure.
Oh yeah, any of those.
um Again, for 2 episodes it took 11 hours, and it kind of felt like Before the Storm with the 3 episodes, but that was at least in a joyful experience.
Mm.
um but the characters of this game, okay, Swan was great. I think she was great.
Yeah.
I
Her jokes were just really annoying. But other than that, she was fine.
Please, I couldn't stand her fucking jokes, dude. I was Secondhand embarrassment was really bad during this game. It was really bad. I
I'm gonna
felt
cry.
so embarrassed in this game. Um I think Autumn was one of my favorites. I loved her personality. And I love that she was kind of like the mom of the group, the caring one, the mature one. Like, I appreciated that from her character, because she's strong. Like, she's a strong-willed character that I really thoroughly enjoyed um, having in the game.
Mhm.
And then Nora, Kid Nora, love Kid Nora. Adult Nora, no. Oh my god, I can't stand adult Nora. Cannot stand her.
Why?
She's fucking annoying. Okay. Okay. I
Yeah, we're
understand
gonna do
that.
this. Let's break it down.
Okay, so I understand not wanting to bring up old memories. I understand not wanting to go through all that again. But running away from your fucking problems is something I can't stand, and that is what she did as in the adult timeline. That is what she did,
Hmm.
and that really bothered me. Because I understand not wanting to be a part of it. I understand not wanting to, you know, kick a dead horse. But at the same time, it's like, quit running away. Quit
Right.
that running away shit that she does. Um, that and I found her to be really bitchy, and I just
Mhm.
was not a fan of that. She was hot, I'll say that.
You're right. You're
Um,
right. She was.
but her personality sucked in her adult
I
timelining.
did.
And Cat's number one. Cat will always be number one. That's
What
how I
was the other
feel.
girl's name? Because we're missing one.
Dylan?
No, 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 no. The 4 girls. You only named 3 of them.
No, no, I said Cat, Nora, Autumn, and Swan.
Oh, I'm
That's the
stupid as
four.
fuck.
we
Uh,
can we can work with those four for right now. What is your takes?
okay. So I personally, I loved Kat. I loved her personality. I loved the way she was as a person. Nora, I loved her too. But her adult self was really annoying because just trying to get anything out of her was like beating a dead horse. You just couldn't. Like, I understand, as we said, not wanting to talk about it, but please, I just want the smallest bit of information. And you're like, but I can't do this. Girl, it's okay. You'll be okay. I promise you'll be fine. Swan was fine. I didn't dislike her. I didn't hate her, but her jokes were really fucking annoying. Every time, without fail, I had to hear one. I remember we were on call and I was like, "Listen, I'm about to start tweaking if he says one more dumbass joke because they're so stupid. They're so stupid." And then Autumn was fine. Autumn, I mean, I don't know. I don't really have any complaints about any of the main four, but they're just kind of like okay, I guess. I mean, I obviously have a favorite, but I don't really have any complaints.
You're real for that. Now for the side characters that I can personally remember, Dylan.
Mhm.
Dylan could have been a better sister. Honest to God, she
Yes.
could have been a better sister. Um, I wish she. I think she did acknowledge that Corey was a piece of shit. Okay, I think she did acknowledge that.
Mhm.
But I don't. I hated that she didn't do anything about it whatsoever. Um,
Right.
and I think defending her fucking boyfriend over her sister bothers me quite a bit because it's like that's not fair. Um,
Mhm.
she definitely could have been a lot better. But I also think talking to her as Swan during that one scene, like kind of got it into her like her personality showing there a little bit.
Right.
But I think she could have 100% got rid of Corey if she truly wanted to. And Corey, I think I'll let you take that one.
Dude, you don't understand the hatred I have for this one man. This one minuscule, stupid ass motherfucking man. Okay? His ego is way too fucking high. He needs to calm down. He needs to get back down to earth. It's that bad. It's so bad. And when I tell you, he is such a piece of shit. Like he treats Kat like shit. He treats Dylan like shit. He treats everyone around him like shit. And I think the only reason Dylan hasn't broken up with him yet was because one, she actually loves him, which is crazy. Like, how do you love a piece of shit like that? But I'm not in the toxic relationship. I wouldn't know. But also because I'm pretty sure if I remember right, he's working with her dad. I'm pretty sure. So I think there's
Yeah,
also that weird connection there. And she also might be scared of him because it seems like she's a little bit scared of him because she doesn't want because. But like the fact that we had to watch him shove a little girl with cancer just pisses me off. Like, how can you be such a piece of shit that you're gonna bully a little girl who has cancer? Huh? This man, I'm so glad he just ends up in the pit. He deserves it. He deserves it down there. He deserves to live down there forever and ever. Like, I can't. His ego, he's he's awful. And there was one point where I was like, okay, maybe he's okay because he was being kind of nice-ish to Kat. And he was like, hey, like I gotta get you home. He was being kind of nice, and then he wouldn't drop it. He wouldn't let it go. He wouldn't stop. And that's when I'm like, okay, bro, you need to calm down and back up. She said no. She's obviously not gonna come with you because you're fucking awful. So like, why are you trying to force it? Like, get out the way, go home and calm down. Like, no. No. And also I don't want to hear anybody say that Corey's a good person in this house. This is we don't like him. He's banished, he's outside. He's outside in the rain. Okay, we don't like him. I can't I can't stand him. He is an awful. I know why they had him in this. I know why they had him, but can we just like not? Like I hate this man with a burning passion, and I will never forgive him for anything he ever did. And the fact he tried to chase them down and fucking like kill them basically, like what is wrong with him? I know he was like under the spell of the thing, but still. He tried to kill them.
he did do
He
that.
Yes, he tried to kill him. Tried to light him on fire. What kind of psychopath does that? He needs to go away.
That was fucking crazy too.
It was. But yeah, I hate him. But Dylan, I actually don't hate Dylan actually. I she's also really pretty. So I can't but also she is kind of an asshole, but I feel like towards the end she starts to mellow out and we start to really see her as a person.
Yeah.
And just see how much she cares for her little sister with everything going on. Um, so I feel like in the end, I think we just got on her bad side, and we just it just happened. And I think once she got her that boy out of her life, and she finally was able to be like, man, I don't need to be an asshole. I think she has a whole like redemption arc, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Um, but I love Dylan. I know she's an asshole, but I kind of like that she's kind of sassy, you know.
You're clouded by lesbianism. It's okay.
A little bit. It's okay. She reminds me of Haley from Stardew Valley, so
Oh my
can
god,
I
get the
say
fuck out of here with that one, man. I don't know that reference.
you don't have to. You don't have to, but I know the reference, so
Oh
that's all
my
that matters.
god. Yeah, so she kind of just fucking explained the entire thought process of that one. Fucking, that's fucking crazy.
I'm sorry. I love how we go from man, I really hate this guy to damn, she's actually kind of nice. I kind of like her, but also she's an asshole. But
Can
it's
I?
true. It's true though.
Uh, I know it's true. But I go through so many emotions with these characters that it's like I change my mind about every 5 minutes or so, depending on what the fuck is going on.
Always. Like one
Uh,
second you hate the main character, the other second you're like, well, I guess they're okay this time. I guess they're okay right now.
I think what kind of annoyed me was how much how much they all acted in love with each other. I was not a huge fan of that.
Oh my god. The amount of sexual tension that was in every fucking scene, I was gonna start tweaking. I could not tell who was supposed to go together. And I know technically you're not supposed to, they didn't want to like, because you can romance all of them. But then tell me why. If you can romance all of them, why are they all pining for you? They just met you. They just met you. They barely know you. What?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was whack and I think really weak of a plot point there for the from the developers because that's so fucking weird. In no way, shape, or form is all three of your best friends in love with you.
Right.
Very
I under
rarely does that
so
ever happen in real life.
right. I understand picking like maybe like having. I feel like they should have had a moment where because it's they have all these moments where they're like, oh my god, we're so close. Oh, we could maybe, and they like lean in and stuff. And I'm like, okay, but you're supposed to be their best friend. Like I can see like at least one of them maybe having a crush on the other. But like, why do all three of them have crushes on one girl, and why does that girl have a crush on all three of them? Like, I mean, there's no way. It's just like in my head, I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't. There's no like, why can't we just have a couple, like two of them be like, in like best friends, and then two of like, maybe like, uh, Swan and Cat, right? Because the whole point, literally, first couple scenes, you can just see it. You know what I'm saying?
Technically, it was supposed to
Technically.
be Kat and Nora.
Why?
Because I think Nora had a crush on Kat.
Well, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is though, I didn't really see it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see the crush. Maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough.
It was
Oh
immediate to
wait.
when they did the photo shoot.
Oh my
It,
god, wait a second. I think I was just blinded. What the fuck? No,
do you
because
not
I
remember
remember
that?
that one scene in the cabin when they were all like doing stuff at night, and she made like a joke towards Kat, Nora did. So I for some reason I didn't see like I could see that Nora had a crush on her, but I don't think Kat reciprocated. I think Kat had a crush on Swan.
Yeah, see, I kind of saw it different because I was like, man, I was like trying to romance Kat. I feel bad because I'm like taking Nora's girl, like, like I'm taking her girl, but it's like I didn't want to romance Autumn. Like I did not want to romance her at all. I think she's better as a friend. I found
Mm-hmm.
Nora better as a friend. I think Kat was, to be honest, the most sufficient partner for Swan. But at the same time, it's like I'm feeling so bad because I'm taking Nora's girl from her. And like when they did that photo shoot, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm interrupting a moment each and every
To be honest,
time.
I don't remember the photo shoot. I might just be remembering wrong
But I
because it has been
think,
a minute since I played.
oh, me too. I haven't played it since I posted it to my YouTube channel. I don't remember when that even was. But
Oh,
I definitely think that's such a weird fucking plot thing for them to do because it's like not every teenager is gonna be in love with each other, bro. Like, please.
hmm.
Like that was really annoying to me. Um, I think also the pacing sucked. The
That was
pacing was
awful.
fucking awful.
Like, tell me how we went from like, oh, nice summer, and then we went from, oh, by the way, summer's about to end, and we're about to go through this whole like this whole farm and go like blow everything up, and we're gonna go hide, and then we're gonna go set a fire, and then all that. I'm like, what in the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I was
Why do we go
not.
from, oh, this is chill and calm and sweet into explosions and like crazy action? Like, calm down.
Yeah, like I feel like the pacing with that was just so awkward, and it was just so
Evil.
bad. Like I
It
don't
was
know what the
evil.
fuck they were doing.
I don't think they were thinking. I think they were just doing. I think they were just trying to, as I said, I think they were trying to get it done and get it out because they had it for so long, and they just were like, oh, let's just get this out because it's like it's done enough to where we have at least 2 episodes, which I think really just ruins the whole thing of like, oh, but like I don't know. I wish they would have done different pacing because really that scene at the second episode could have been made so much better if they would have just spaced it out more and maybe had another episode where all that other stuff happened and like slowed it down a little bit. Like like obviously some things need to be sped up and some things need to be like they just didn't do anything right. Like pacing wise.
I definitely agree. I think there could have been a third episode, or at least don't make the fucking first episode feel like a 8 hour shift, and then make the second episode feel like a fucking like 1 hour movie.
I don't know. What the first episode felt like was a 12-hour shift. That's what it felt
Okay,
like.
you right,
Not
you
a
right.
12-hour shift. And then the second episode felt like a, hey, let's watch this hour movie. Oh shit, it's done in 30 minutes. Damn, what the hell? That's what it felt like.
Yes, yes. I don't
Like
think there's a
so
better
quick that
way to
you're
do
like, wait a
it.
minute. Has it been an hour? It feels like only 30 minutes kind of thing. Like it it doesn't feel like it really honestly, it felt like I was done in like 30 minutes.
100% because I'm like I when I finished it, I'm like I waited 2 months for this fucking bullshit. Like I
You
waited
know what's
this
funny?
much for that.
Imagine having to wait for anything for that. That's crazy.
I had to wait on Tell Me Why. That was the only game I had to wait for episodes on, other than this
Hmm.
one.
I didn't have to wait for nothing because I played it after it came out.
You're fucking welcome.
I wasn't gonna play it, but then I don't know. Something you very good at convincing me that one time, I guess.
I don't know how.
I don't know either. I looked it up and I got intrigued, I guess, and then I started playing it. I was like, man, this isn't as cool as I thought it was, and then started going in. I'm like, damn,
You know,
kind of locked in real quick.
you know how fucking long it took me for you just to get to play Life is Strange?
Yeah, and I still don't even really like it.
I still think you need to go watch True Colors. It's your fucking lesbian dream.
When I get there, when I have time, if I remember.
Like, it is legit, like, a lesbian's dream. You can go watch it on my YouTube. Me and Carter played through it.
Yes, I know.
It is, oh my god, it is my favorite game for a reason.
One of these days I'll get there, and then I'll show up and be like, "Hey, guess what I did? I watched this one thing you told me to watch for like years."
There's a moment in that. It's the last episode. You'll literally, I think you'll laugh. It's literally me and Carter not saying a single fucking word, and then you just have Tyler in the background saying the dumbest fucking comments, trying to like lighten the mood and be funny during a very emotional, serious moment. And afterwards, we don't me and Carter still don't fucking speak till like I think halfway through, because it's just a heavy episode. And then here's Tyler trying to make stupid fucking jokes. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, shut the fuck up. Like, this is not the time, man. Not the time. Me and Carter should have been in a private room for that.
Telling you, you should have.
We didn't think anyone would join us, but you know, I should have never guessed. I think next up is how much the game sold. You can go look this up yourself. It's public. I don't know about console, but I know for I think in general it's sold, at least for 2025, it's sold under 50,000 copies. I know that it was free on PlayStation. It was on PS Plus, but I feel like that still is not an excuse for how terrible it was that it sold. I looked again, during this, and it's over 100,000. Which, congratulations, you guys! You made it over 100,000 sales, which is 4 million in revenue. Still doesn't make up for how much they spent on this game, which is classified as a major failure and a major flop. But the question that I have is, can you call something that sold barely 50,000 the first year a success? I do not want to imagine what they call a fucking failure, if that's a success to them. Because I feel like for a company that is well respected, well known, and for Michael Koch, like, no disrespect to Michael, he's a goat. He's a fucking writing master, however you fucking say it. No disrespect to him, but like, this was not good. This was not a good product. And for them to label it a success, I think is out fucking outrageous. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's embarrassing for a company that popular to call that a success. Like, I wouldn't even show my fucking face. Like, I'd be sitting there like, damn, like, this game failed. How can we make the next one better? Which again leads into my question of, would there be a sequel if there was one? I personally don't think so. I do not think so. Because a couple months after, I think it was either the first tape came out or the second tape came out, that they laid off over hundreds of people. And I think that's crazy. And a lot of them worked on this game, is what I came to find out. So I doubt there's a sequel, and that sucks because I think we'll still be left with questions that we'll probably never get an answer to. But I'm happy it sold over. It made it over the 100K threshold. I was really worried there.
Yeah.
But for a game like this, I do recommend you play it. But if you're not a fan of very slow burn, do not play it then. If you don't have the attention span for it, or unless you're just really gay, play it anyway. It suits you. I don't think I have anything else to really add here. Do you?
Not really, no.
Um, yeah, I don't know if I'll add anything that I looked at here because it's very easy to find. Um, because you just do a quick Google search and it's usually the first article that pops up. Anyway, um, yeah, I don't know if I call this a review or just us discussing it. Um, but I think I'll just call it us discussing it either way. Any
It's
final
probably
words?
better.
Any
Nope,
final words
not
here?
really.
No? All right,
No.
well, that is our discussion of Lost Records Bloom and Rage out on PS5, Xbox, and PC. I don't know about Switch. Sorry, guys. Um, yeah, if you have anything you'd like to also discuss, just say it down below because we are very interested in hearing about it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think that's it. Thanks
Yep.
for watching, and we'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. I don't know when. This is kind of an off brand.
Yep.